From the War Memorial in Syracuse, New York, RJ Productions presents the New York State High School Wrestling Championships. Hello, wrestling fans. I'm Dale Drypolcher, and as usual, it's come down to this. 28 wrestlers, 14 different weight classes from 91 to 250 pounds. One thing you may not know is that New York State is divided up into 11 sections, plus one for the Catholic high schools and one for New York City schools. That makes 13 different sections vying for a state title. Right now, as we go into the finals, or head into the finals, Section 4 in the Binghamton area is ahead by 13 points over Section 3, the host section. However, Section 3 has 6 men in the finals, while Section 4 has only 5 men in the finals. So it's really up for grabs, and the finals won't be decided until the final matches. However, I think the real story, John Janiak, has to be the 3 wrestlers from Fowler High School, the last city high school in Syracuse that has wrestling. They've got 3 guys in the finals tonight.
That's right, Dale. They've done a super job this year. The 3 wrestlers are Todd Ritucky at 91 pounds. He's 34-0. He's a senior. At 105 is Mike Jamison. He's 31-1-1. He's also a senior. And at 138, Kareem Howard, who beat the state champ this year. He should be the favorite this year. He's undefeated, 34-0. They have a tough road to toe, though. They're wrestling Section 9, 5, and 11. That hasn't really happened since 1971, where all 3 wrestlers have won the state championship. Brentwood did it. All 3 wrestlers won, and they won in successive weight classes. It's going to be tough. I hope they do it tonight.
It would be a real coup for the only city high school left with wrestling. You mentioned the state championships, John. There was 3 returning state champs. 2 have been defeated, so the competition is tough. Also, we got to look for the most outstanding wrestler. Could very well be one of that trio from Fowler. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with a 91-pound bout right after this.
There's an awful lot of competition out there, so getting people to notice you can be tough. But if you think using smokeless tobacco is the way to do it, you'd better think twice, because smokeless tobacco can give you cancer. Cancer of the tongue, the gums, the mouth. You could end up facing life without a cheek or a jaw. And just imagine how tough that would be.
Well, we're at the War Memorial, just finishing up introductions, and we've got a little change as we look at the standings as the sections have come up. And Section 4 up to 192.5, Section 3 169.5 in second place, Section 11 161.5 in third, Section 5 139.5 in fourth, and in fifth place Section 1 with 131.5. And John, it looks like that Section 4 lead, although it was pretty close before the wrestlebacks. They have not insurmountable, but I don't think Section 3 is going to be able to pull it off.
No, I think it'd be a minor miracle, Dale. All the Section 4 guys have to lose, and the Section 3 guys have to win.
23 points separate them, but we still have a number of outstanding things to be settled, including the most outstanding wrestler. Right now, they are introducing the last of the New York State wrestling candidates for the championship, up to 177 pounds, and now moving on to 215 as they make the introductions. John, I ought to mention, every year it seems this place is sold out, and there's all sorts of other things going on in Syracuse, so there'll be 5,000 people or so here cheering on their favorites at the Syracuse War Memorial.
That's right. We heard how loud Section 4 could be when they just introduced the new team scores, and half the people must be from Section 4.
Right down Route 81 from Syracuse, where this is held every year. One year, I believe it was in Utica, 1974. Had some scheduling conflicts, but generally when you're at the Syracuse War Memorial, you're at the New York State Wrestling Championships the first weekend of March. And we're almost set to start as they have gone through the introductions. At the first bout, 91 pounds, will be Todd Ritucky from Fowler and Dave Hardwick from Section 9 out of Valley Central High School. You're getting a look now at the crowd. There's Ritucky, one of the guys from Fowler we talked about in the open. 91 pounds, he's a senior, 34-0. Also plays soccer, he's in the National Honor Society. And a real story with this Fowler team that we began to talk about there is his opponent, Dave Hardwick, out of Section 9, out of Valley Central. He's a junior, 32-2-1 with 5 pins, sectional champ in 1990. He doesn't look old enough to be wrestling, does he, John?
We've got to check his ID on the way out. This is always a fun weight class, 91-pounders. You almost have to show them in slow-mo to see the moves halfway through the match.
Yeah, we in the past when we have done these, 91, 98, 105, and so on, lots of quick action, it seems, and you really do have to keep an eye on them. Right now, it'll be Rutecki from Section 3 against Hardwick from Section 9. Rutecki with the blue with the gold on the front, red knee pads on Rutecki. He goes right after Hardwick and pushes him off.
As we said, he's a senior this year, Dale, and last shot, only shot for the state title. I don't think he's going to hold anything back.
One of the things about that Fowler team, we mentioned one of the only city high schools still having wrestling, and to have 3 men in the finals is quite a compliment to Coach Spicer from Fowler High School. And right now, this is his first man out. Todd Rutecki, as we said, from Section 3, Fowler High School in Syracuse. Dave Hardwick from Valley Central. They're going to call nothing and put them back on their feet. Stalemate. Hardwick shoots. Got that far half by Rutecki.
So pretty much the same position they were in with an underhook and a little bit of hand control. Both guys trying to drag.
Yeah, it's almost like they're very similar styles, John.
Hardwick almost had enough to get behind him, didn't quite, and lost control. Back up on their feet.
Both lanky 91-pounders as Rutecki shoots. We're down to 55 seconds in the first period. No score.
Good hand control by Hardwick. Got in on a single, but got his head on the inside. Unable to come up with any points at the moment.
Stalemate once again. Referees at 91 pounds, Jim Wild and Norm Thomas, the assistant. There's Wild getting ready to start the action as Rutecki fixes the anklet, signifying his red color. Down to 35 seconds, first period, no score. There's a move by Hardwick.
He comes up with that little drag. Again, didn't finish it up. Throws it nice. If he just finish it up, he'd have 2 points.
You see the inset there, 20 seconds left. This is one of those things that happen when you get to the States. Nobody wants to make that big mistake, but as John said, at 91 pounds, we're going to get warned for stalling, and that's one of the things I was going to mention is there comes a point when you can feel each other out, but eventually the official is going to say something, and both men have been warned for stalling, so apparently they're not going to tolerate too much feeling each other out.
That's right. This is the first 91-pound match in a long time that there hasn't been a lot of points scored in the first period.
A lot of flipping and flopping, and that's going to do it for first period. Todd Rutecki from Section 3 in Hardwick. Dave Hardwick from Section 9, Valley Central High School. No score in the first period. So Rutecki will be up, and Hardwick chooses down. And they're going to caution Rutecki. Yeah, they're not fooling around, are they? Hardwick up.
Trying to anticipate the whistle. Get a jump on the opponent.
Hardwick up, but Rutecki heavy on that one leg he's got. He's got that wrapped up. He doesn't want to let go of that. Working on the knee.
No, and Rutecki has to move up, too. I think he got a lucky call there. He's going to have to work up, or the official will hit him with a stalling.
Yeah, he was just hanging on there. Looked like he was in a little bit of trouble, but Rutecki able to, they got a stalemate, or excuse me, potentially dangerous, put him back up, and it's the same thing all over again. Hardwick gets up, gets one leg out, but now
Rutecki trying to work.
Get down on it. There he gets trying to get a leg behind. Going to call it again, and it is potentially dangerous once again. The referee, Jim Wild, right on top of the action. 1:28 left. Same move every time for Hardwick so far from the bottom.
And same move by Rutecki on the side. He comes out front. He doesn't put his weight, which 91 pounds really isn't a lot of weight, but he doesn't get on top and try to control. as he is doing now. He didn't do that at first.
That's right. Hardwick tried to get rid of the hand control, but before he did, Rutecki brought him back down to the mat in control. And now has a leg behind. Yeah, and that's going to give him a little better balance, I think, although he lost the leg now and weighed a little high, perhaps. Now he's back in good position. Rutecki, however, has no points. Neither does Hardwick on the bottom.
Working for that hand control, Rutecki on top. You're right, he seems a little bit high. And he's also given up a point right away.
That's going to hurt. That's going to cost him a point. So Rutecki now down by 1, and
he's going to have to get out and try some pinning combinations. He's doing a great job of riding on top, but unfortunately, riding's not enough.
They threw a half from the standing up, and Hardwick's going to get 1 right there. That's going to be 2-0 in favor of Dave Hardwick, and Rutecki goes right after him. Don't forget, both guys have been warned, and as a matter of fact, Rutecki has been hit with
drag.
1. Oh, and he gets dragged behind. That's going to cost him 2.
Beautiful drag, Dale.
Hardwick dragged him by and got that leg behind John.
This time he completed the move. We saw an attempt 3-4 times earlier.
4-0 the score now as Hardwick from Section 9 on top controls Todd Rutecki. And you see there are 6 seconds left. And this is, for these guys, the end of a long tournament as we head into the last period. And not much sweat on those guys, you know. I think there's nothing left. This is it.
I don't think the sweat starts till 177 pounds.
Yeah, that's right. Well, right now, Rutecki is down and Hardwick's on top. Hardwick from Section 9 doing a nice job. Got 1 for stalling and escape, and then able to control Todd Rutecki, and now is up by 4. Rutecki trying to move on the bottom.
Hardwick jumping over to the other side. I think he may get hit for stalling.
Yeah. Did he call that right?
Referee Jim Wild is not going to let you just ride.
No, it's 4-1 now. Rutecki, you know, I'll tell you what, he's consistent and decisive, the official. It's 4-1 now, so, you know, Hardwick can't sit around and do nothing. Oh, does he get 2?
Looks like he's going for the 2.
Get 1, get something?
He's going to get 1.
All right, now it's 4-2. 124 left, so Rutecki's within 2 as this bout turns exciting, John. Hardwick shoots. Both guys have been hit with stalling points. Remember.
And Hardwick has that nice.
Oh, that's a nothing.
It's a great call by the officials, and we still don't have any point check because there's no control.
Now that's going to give 2 more to Hardwick, make it 6-2. 57 seconds left. Rutecki looked like he had him in trouble, John, but Hardwick rolled right through and finally ended up with 2 points. A little desperation by Todd Rutecki, 91 pounds. 6-2 is the score. The man on top is on top. Dave Hardwick.
He's going to have to get off the bottom.
So now he's going to get another point, 6-3 now, as he calls Hardwick for stalling a second time. Next time it's 2 points. Now he lets him up.
And that was straight from his coach in the corner. He's a little concerned.
Well, I'll tell you, he can't get, if he gets caught stalling here, he has to shoot. And he is. Hardwick.
He's got that drag. You got to watch that drag.
There's a hip toss.
A great move. Nice hip toss. He's got to have at least 2 back points. That's going to tie the match up, Dale, with 10 seconds left. Unless Hardwick comes up, and
yes,
he does with a 2-point reversal.
5 seconds left. What about?
Just
it's going to go down to the end, and that's going to be it. 8-6. Dave Hardwick out of Section 9 survives being put on his back. And that's going to be your 1991 state champion at 91 pounds. Dave Hardwick out of Valley Central High School in Section 9. And Todd Rutecki not able to pull it off for the Fowler Falcons. There's a
take
replay,
another shot
John.
at that. He locked up the arms with a great hip toss. He couldn't control him here, Dale. He got the 2 points for the back, but Hardwick was able to roll through and come up with a 2-point reversal.
I guess he got 2 for the takedown, none for the back. That's one of the questions they asked. But that will.
I think they're checking it out. I think was the score 6-2, and he got 2 and 2.
8-6 final score. That's correct. So we move on to 98 pounds as Jim Douglas out of Section 8, Bethpage High School, 98 pounds. He's a junior. Will face Shane Mack out of Ithaca High School in Section 4. Shane Mack, only a sophomore, with a record of 32-2. So you got a sophomore against a junior. That's Shane Mack in the red or orange from Section 4, and James Douglas from Bethpage in the green, Section 8. You got a junior in Douglas and a sophomore in Mack. And out of bounds. If that first bout was any indication, if you're a guy who wanted to sit back and relax and stall a little bit, you're going to be in trouble as they go out of bounds. No, not quite. Mack, now they're out of bounds. Here's that action we were talking about that happened basically in the third period of that 91-pound bout. Is now transferred to the 98-pound. Nice one-leg single lost by
Douglas.
He
was in deep.
Now he picks him up. He's going to drive him to the mat for 2. So Shane Mack down by 2 as the sophomore is taken down by the junior. James Douglas, 32-1 this year with 17 pins out of Bethpage High School.
Take a look at this, Dale. Douglas in, picks a double leg up, steps in, trips. 2 points.
He got in first on a single and then converted into that. Picked him right up, Shane Mack, and now is trying to control him with a hand, but he does not have leg control as they go out of bounds. Both guys tall for 98 pounds. Shane Mack a little taller than his opponent, James Douglas. Douglas in the green right there, getting on top. 2-0 the score. And it's going to be 2-1 now in favor of James Douglas.
Douglas snapping, using the snap down.
Yeah,
and ducks underneath.
Ducked under.
Now he goes up to the double leg, just
Same
like
thing
he did a minute
before,
ago.
yeah. Doesn't have it yet, though.
No control. Referee
standing
Dora.
switch, another switch and a re-switch, and they're both up. 2-1 is the score, 42 seconds. Great bout. There's James Douglas. He's really showing some strength when he gets in and gets that double leg, picks him right up, John.
That's right. He doesn't get stretched out like a lot of people do. He gets his body in and pulls those legs in tight for control. And we're going to take probably a close look up right here.
It's the same idea that
He's got his head caught underneath, the only problem. There he is now. He's coming up, coming up.
Now a whizzer by Mack.
Using some of that leverage. He's got a couple inches size-wise over Douglas.
Stalemate. That was not an out of bounds. It was a stalemate.
Boy, they're really calling these stallings and stalemates in a hurry. They want these kids to keep wrestling, make it active.
Well, we're almost done in the first period as Mack backs up and gets called for a warning on stalling with 7 seconds left in the first period for backing up. So Mack has been warned. He goes after Douglas. That's going to end the first period. It's going to end 2-1 with Section 8, James Douglas in the lead over Shane Mack from Section 4. And after the flip, James Douglas takes down, Shane Mack takes top.
First move, stand up by Douglas. No hand control. Tough to get any moves when you're standing up, and Shane Mack has a tight waist around you.
Pretty good strength by Mack as he really elevated Douglas, but Douglas tried to keep a leg back and did a nice job of countering it. Was taken out of bounds, no change.
There's that stand up again. Again, no hand control.
Now he goes for around the waist. Looking for the clasped hands, not there. He clasps him now legally, elevates him, brings him down, breaks the hand, and controls
very smart wrestling.
James Douglas. Yeah, now he's got a couple of hooks on, trying to control Douglas as they go out of bounds.
Right out again, come on.
Set 1:35 left, second period. 2-1. James Douglas in the lead. Shoots out from the bottom, explodes. He's been able to get up every time. Mack has been able to bring him down to the mat as he does here. Trying to get something behind. Little control. Cannot keep him down. Douglas up again. There's a double heel pick.
Double heel. Now he has the bar in, Dale.
Yeah, he does on that left arm.
I'm surprised with the legs on this kid that he's not throwing legs or using them at this point.
He's trying to turn him over with that hook and then try the high crotch and try to jolt him with his chest and keep him in bounds. Mack's not able to do it, however, as they go out of bounds and the score stays 2-1. Douglas able to stand up every time from the bottom, but Shane Mack able to bring him down after a couple of seconds of a little bit of unsure whether he's going to be able to control him or not.
Very quick on the whistle. Again, he gets almost up. See, he's leaving those arms behind. Dale.
Yeah, he didn't do that before, John. You see that? You can see that Mack's got the arm locked up, and that is why he did not get up.
Must be getting a little frustrated.
Perhaps a little tired. Nice stalling on green on the bottom. Warned, so James Douglas, they're saying he's not running it. Mack's not running it, which means that he's not trying for a pin, but he is now. He won't be called at this point, but they may hit the bottom man who has been warned as we're down to 25 seconds. Yes, that'll make it 2-2. They go out of bounds. So now his coaches, James Douglas' coach said, don't worry, he's going to get hit with a stalling. He was, but now it's even in that stalling category.
There's that arm. Left it behind.
Locked it up.
Usually Mack had a tight waist, but he Douglas
changed
left
a little
the
bit.
arm behind, and boy, he said, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And he has it again.
Yeah, Douglas had been getting up really well. Now he's in trouble as he's
I was just going to ask, what is Shane Mack going to use off this? And all he does is kind of lock it up and butt the man over.
Well, he's got good strength, and if he locks that arm up, he is trying to tilt. And it's down to the last 2 minutes as the score is 2-2. James Douglas from Section 8 in the green, and Shane Mack, Section 4 in the orange, red. And it's interesting. They're going to let him up here, I think. We hear coaches and perhaps some family friends, and they are going to let Shane Mack up. And Mack just turns around, gets an escape. So it's now 3-2. But James Douglas apparently feels he can do better on his feet because he did not do much at the end there. And Mack's into him deep. Takedown.
At the moment, the plan seemed to have backfired, but he just stood around. He didn't get offensive like he was in the first period.
I don't know. Douglas looked a little tired, not quite as aggressive as he was at the beginning.
And all those stand-ups without control was taking their toll. We talked about that a little earlier. He's getting tired.
Look at Mack working that arm, too. He's trying to really bar him up, and he's trying to get 2-on-1 on that arm and see if he can. There, he's got it.
He might change
There's
over to a Nelson.
Right now, he's wasting a lot. Well, not wasting time, but he's taking time off the clock, working that arm, and also taking its toll on James Douglas as he turns him over. Doesn't have anything, though, John.
Doesn't have anything, but he does have some back points,
yep.
Whether it's 2 or 3.
He has no Nelson. He's got a leg. He's going to get 3, I believe. Let's see what they give him. Yep, there's the 3. That's going to make it 8 for Mack and 2 for Douglas. So Douglas losing a little bit of gas here as the third period's down to 44 seconds, and Mack hit Douglas down, and James Douglas going to get an injury time, John. So, as we wait to see what happened to James Douglas, looks like he took a little bump on the head.
Yeah, his head dropped down, hit the mat. Did you get a chance to take a look at those headgear?
Yeah, they got a new
flag on the side.
Oh, yeah. Right now, you're going to see the replay of this as
Shane Mack, great trip
look
in
at
there.
it, yeah, really got that leg, scooped it, and drove him down. See, the arm was trapped, and as soon as he tried to get it through, James Douglas tried to get it through, Mack caught it and started to bar him up. And that was eventually which led to James Douglas being put on his back and giving up 3 points, making it 8-2 in favor of Shane Mack from Section 4. That's Douglas from Section 8. Going to get his breath and a little bit of water. He's got 42 seconds when he comes back to try to score 7 points on James Douglas. And that would give him a win. Right now, he's down by 6.
That's right. He has his work cut out for him. Seems to be all right. Those are the headgear I was talking about,
Yeah,
Dale.
with the
Flag on the side.
I like that. Stars and stripes. Being checked closely by the officials. They have the clock there indicating how much injury time he's used. You won't have to worry too much about it. It's only 42 seconds left in this match. 30 seconds, and they'll take it all, I bet. Nice camera work as we get a good look at James Douglas out of Bethpage High School in Section 8, a junior who started strong. John, you're going to get a look at that.
Very unusual the way he uses that bar, but it works perfect for him. Like you mentioned earlier, he doesn't have control, but he has 3 back points.
Right now, it's a replay of what we've seen earlier as Mack picks Douglas up. Douglas stood up, but was not able to do anything. And Shane Mack looked a little overmatched early. Has really come on strong in the top position in holding James Douglas. He jolts him there, and not much of a move by Douglas.
Oh, he's wearing him down, Dale.
Yep, he is tired. Now he's got that bar armed up.
Working on the legs now.
Yep. What he's trying to do is take some time off the clock before he gets hit for a stalling. Right, nice move though. Height going through the crotch, potentially dangerous. And James Douglas, the junior, has had that left arm barred up a couple of times. A little tender now, but 15 seconds left. Shane Mack ahead, the man on top, ahead by 8-2. And it looks like, barring something unbelievable, Shane Mack will end up being the 1991 state champ. Only a sophomore out of Ithaca is going to win it, 8-2.
He had 2 back points at the end, Dale.
10-2.
Didn't give up. Great match.
Really was. Shane Mack a little behind in the beginning in terms of energy level, picked it up another notch and really dominated toward the end. So Shane Mack, 1991 state champ, as we move on to 105. Another one of the Fowler wrestlers as we look at 105. Mike Jamison out of Fowler High School, a senior, 33-1-1, 20 pins. We know that his teammate lost. They will not be able to crown 3 state champs, but on a great accomplishment, his opponent, Alex CROOG, out of Brighton High School in Rochester, Section 5, 39-1 this year. And just underway, 105 pounds. CROOG in the purple, Jamison in the gold and blue, Section 3. Both guys strong and both aggressive from the beginning, knowing that these officials had a meeting or not.
That's right.
You know, you're not gonna get away with anything out there. Well built kid, both guys well built, but Jamison looks especially strong for 105 pounds.
They package a lot of muscle in these little guys nowadays.
Alex CROOG out of Brighton High School has got a big pad on that right knee.
He was in deep on that double. It looked like he hit a wall for a second there. Trying to finish it up here. Jamison holding on for dear life. Not really in bad shape yet, Dale.
Trying to get his legs out.
Trying to get at least one out to the side.
Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, he let go of that crotch that he had locked up with both hands, and he could be in a little bit of trouble here. We'll see.
Now he's trying to
Still
step
doesn't
over.
have control.
Good job by Jamison.
And a great no call by the official at that point.
CROOG got in tight. Jamison fought and fought and fought for about 30 seconds and saved himself from a 2-point deficit. What do we get?
A little tap and go, and Alex got poked in the eye. A little timeout. He's all ready to go.
believe Jamison beat a state champ to get to this point. As he...
Jamison going upward body. Looks like he wants to throw.
No points yet. Jamison working hard, and CROOG.
He's trying to get that 2-point takedown. And I think he's pretty close.
There, he just got it, John, right as you said. So 2 points for Mike Jamison.
CROOG will be on the bottom.
You look at Jamison, he was 5th last year in the state, so he's experienced, he's a senior. CROOG only a junior, and down by only 2-0. Mike Jamison, as we said, out of Fowler High School. One of the only, in fact, the only city high school left in Syracuse that has wrestling.
Second period, Jamison will be down, Dale.
Jamison, as the second 2 minutes starts, being ridden by Alex CROOG from 5, section 5. CROOG able to control him as they go out of bounds, and Jamison hurt right at the end. Whoa, his hand or a finger. Incidentally, while we got time, just want to remind you the rights to this cable cast have been granted by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, representing 778 senior high schools across the state and the more than 500,000 boys and girls who participate annually in the New York State-sponsored athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of the programming without the written consent of New York State physical education is strictly prohibited. All right, now Jamison rolled on his back by CROOG. Gets out, but comes up with 2 more points on a reversal. 4-0 for Mike Jamison. Riding now. No riding time in high school wrestling.
As we've seen, the refs don't allow riding.
No, they're not going to allow it much.
It's get on top and pin or get off, please.
If these guys did college, it would be interesting because that's a little different game in terms of trying to, let's say, pace yourself. Right now, CROOG gets up, trying to get one, elevated by Jamison, taken out of bounds. No.
And lucky for CROOG that he was near the out of bounds.
Yeah, because he ended up on his back. Jamison especially strong. Watch him pick him up. And right there,
scoops in and right on the out-of-bound line.
Very close. 4-0 lead for Mike Jamison from Section 3. Now I try a little, got that hand on the waist. Was going to try to tilt him back. Doesn't get any back points. So Jamison ties him up. Don't forget, the man on top has to work for a pin. The man in the bottom has to try to escape. Sometimes easier said than done.
Tight waist. Down to that 2-on-1 and nothing going.
Oh, didn't finish off that sit-out. CROOG looked like he had a little something. And Jamison looks like he's just waiting for him to stand up, John. Out to the side.
He's got him stretched out.
Yeah, working hard. May get a stalemate here. As we come down to 12 seconds left in the second period. Now, trying to tilt him over. Jamison puts himself in a little bit of trouble.
Better be careful right there.
Yeah, that's he was getting a little bit high and right on his back. So Jamison, however, not in trouble as the buzzer sounded. So he's got a 4-0 lead going into the last period. We have seen 4-0 leads dissolve quickly. We'll see if Alex CROOG out of Section 5 can come on and score against Mike Jamison.
First move was a switch. Mike Jamison stopped it. And again, he's working at, we've seen more arm bars in the last 3 matches than I think I've seen all last year.
Tilted him right through. Nice hip move by Jamison.
I believe he has 2, and he does have 2 back points.
Make it 6-0 for the senior from Fowler High School. They go out of bounds. Well, he worked that well, John.
That was pretty. He's been wearing him down on that arm bar. And this time the elevator worked. Take a quick peek here, and we have him on his back already for the 2. There's that arm bar stuck in there nicely.
And keeping that weight, flipping over, and maybe trying to scoop the head. Back to live action now. 105 pounds, Mike Jamison on top.
Krug sat out on the bottom and left his hand back. And Jamison picked it up and is working it again.
A real smart match so far for Mike Jamison.
Very controlled. He's not getting high.
He's working enough that the officials have not been close to look at stalling, while Krug on the bottom has got to get some points. We're under a minute left in the 105-pound match.
Krug in deep, but he's got it.
He's got Krug's ankle.
That's right. He's got to let go of the ankle in order to get some power to get an escape or reversal. Should be a stalemate before too long.
Cross face by Jamison, trying to keep control. Got that ankle, as you see. He's got Krug's left ankle.
They're letting him wrestle a little bit more than they did in the previous 2 matches.
He's got him pretty well split. They're going to stalemate it right there. 24 seconds left, barring something crazy happening. Mike Jamison from Fowler will be Section 3's first state champ. And Alex Krug has got 24 seconds to try to stop him. 6-0, Krug is down. But he's got that arm locked up again, and Krug not able to do much. Jamison really has dominated this 105-pound category at this point.
That's a great ride if you're going to have one, Dale. A nice arm bar or head lever.
And then if you can get a leg, it keeps something in back, and that's the way it's going to end. No points for the back, so it's going to end 6-0 at the end. Mike Jamison, 1991 state champ from Fowler High School, 105 pounds. As she shakes hands with the opposing coach, and a nice gesture always. Move on to 112, where we've got Chris Mattiotti out of Section 1, Suffern High School. 35-0, 27 pins. The kid's a pinner. Looking at Ithaca College, I should say. His opponent, Chris Kelly out of Baldwinsville High School, Section 3, 33-6. They're both looking at Ithaca College. It would be interesting. 112 pounds, Mattiotti against Kelly, and we're ready to go.
This may be the wrestle off to see who goes to Ithaca.
Yeah, that's right. Section 3's third wrestler. (33-6). Callie as he goes against Chris Mattiotti out of Suffern. Callie from Baldwinsville High School in Section 3. Oh, nice move. Nice move by Mattiotti.
Pretty little drag.
Picked up 2 quick points. So with about 130, 128 left, Mattiotti scores first. Undefeated, Chris Mattiotti, 35-0. They go out of bounds. You look at Mattiotti, 27 pins, John, out of 35. That's impressive.
And they have a tough schedule down there, too. I mean, the Long Island schools are real tough. Year in, year out, every year. We're going to have to take a look at this takedown. We'll have to look quick because it was that quick.
He just kind of drags him by, pushes him by, and comes back, gets the tight waist and the 2 points. And we're back to live action. I thought for a minute Mattiotti might be letting him up. Callie get any points? Yes, he's got an escape, 2-1. Callie's got to watch. I think feels confident on his feet, but he doesn't want to let Mattiotti take him down again. £112. Little push and both guys shot at the same time. And the head control by Mattiotti as he likes to keep that head of Callie down. See him go for that head.
He's really working that head perfectly.
Of course, it gets you thinking about that head, and well, he taps it one way, and boy, he's quick enough to come around. You're looking at him go down on that leg, and nice counter by Callie, who shoots himself. They go out of bounds. Pretty even wrestling at this point. 17 seconds left first period. 2-1. Mattiotti got the takedown. Oh, a little throw by Callie. Doesn't go. Five seconds left. Nice shot.
Mattiotti.
No.
Not enough time to do anything with it, but nice double leg.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a nice little flurry, exchange of snaps and shoves up on their feet.
Similar style. Here they are, both. Yeah, working hard. Shoot by Mattiotti. Yeah, and then there's hanging on for dear life with the crotch and keep the leg in there, and that saved Chris Kelly from any more points. We're back to live action. Mattiotti on top. Kelly trying to get around on him, get an escape. Mattiotti trying to get something behind. You can see Kelly got two on that arm, but he's going to lose it there, and that's going to
That's a reversal.
give him a reversal right there.
That reversal took about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Official was waiting to see who was going to come up with control. Kelly, nice little roll.
Rolled through. Down by 4-2. A takedown and reversal for Mattiotti. They've given him 4. 2 escapes for Kelly. Have given him 2. But on his feet, you'd have to give Mattiotti the nod so far.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with him on his feet. You know, he has 27 pins, and I'm kind of curious on what he does on top to get all these pins. Unless he gets them off his feet.
I was going to say, I bet you gets a lot of them off his feet. He shoots on Kelly right in front of us. And you see Kelly sprawling out, keeping those legs back.
He's trying to drag
Stalemate.
Kelly by, but it doesn't happen.
Get set.
Both
Officials,
men up.
by the way, Norm Thomas and Al Rapp. Steve Dollareth in 112 pounds is the assistant. And oh boy, Mattiotti in the eye. Boy, he looked like he got hit in the head. They collided. He doesn't want to take any injury.
I thought he was going down for the count there for a second. Doesn't seem to appear too bad
well,
now.
Every once in a while he walks away, then he grabs his head again. So he's going to keep the injury time running.
Yeah, the coaches should hold him back and make sure.
Norm Thomas, the official.
Let's take a quick look and see what happened here, Dale.
That's
Kelly steps away and then comes in.
Yeah, I don't know. But you can see him going for his head, Mattiotti, but he's back.
Must have happened just before that. These guys are colliding pretty good. They're shooting at the same time.
Their timing is absolutely wrong in that they're both going at the same time, and they've head-butted a couple times unintentionally. And they both have a very low base. They shoot.
Very similar in their stances and the way they go about setting up.
Trying to hand control. Mattiotti shoots. No go. Again. Right, John. They did the same thing again. And Mattiotti counters as Kelly shoots. It's going to stay 4-2 as we go into the last period, last 2 minutes. Chris Mattiotti out of Suffern in Section 1 and Chris Callie out of Baldwinsville High School in Section 3. Mattiotti up by 2 as we begin the final period, 112 pounds. Mattiotti on top, trying to work a half.
Yeah, I think he's just throwing that in to show the official
that he's not just sitting there with a tight waist in a 2-on-1.
He does have the 2-on-1, but I think the official wants a little bit more.
A little more than that. Right now, Mattiotti working hard on Callie. Callie looked like he's trying to get rid of that hand.
And then Callie sits back and tries hand control.
Yeah, it's not going to help, right? It's going to be warning for
Mel
red.
Cohen
So
to the stage area of the auditorium.
Warning on
Mel Cohen
Mattiotti.
to the stage area of the auditorium.
Mattiotti warned for stalling.
And he goes right back to the same position. But Callie's sitting in that.
Yeah.
He's trying to work his roll again from this.
Yeah, he is trying to work that roll, isn't he?
Mattiotti now with the 2-on-1.
Now he's trying to get that crotch and throw the half. So Mattiotti working harder. There's that roll. There's the 1 point, 4-3. He's worked it twice. Take down, not yet.
The officials concurring with each other.
Right
now
there.
he says there's control.
So that's going to be 2 more. 6-3 now. Mattiotti up by 3. So a nail biter as Chris Callie did a nice job on that escape, but then lost a takedown right on the edge. And he's going to, what's the story here? Who's going to be warned? Caution green. So he's going to Callie warn Callie. So he's going to let him up.
That looks like the game plan, or it was for a second there. Nope.
Nope. So Callie on the bottom has got about 30 seconds now to try to score 4 points if he wants to win. And Mattiotti throwing a half, shifting his weight.
Well, that half came in. Callie was trying to roll through and elevate and got stopped. And almost got stuck for a couple of back points.
Gets another escape, 6-4. He can tie it up with a takedown.
5 seconds left.
Not going to get it. So Chris Mattiotti is going to win 6-4. So Section 1 from Suffern, Chris Mattiotti, champion 112 pounds. We'll be right back right after this.
The original Twin Trees restaurant, located at 1100 Avery Ave, has always been famous for pizzas. The original Twin Trees has been family-owned and operated for over 31 years. But Twin Trees is a lot more than just delicious pizzas. The original Twin Trees menu includes everything from prime rib to alligator tail, plus mouth-watering Italian specialties, fresh seafood prepared daily, and of course the best pasta in town. After the show, the ball game, or any time you want to enjoy delicious homemade food at a great price, make it the original Twin Trees on Avery Ave, just off West Genesee Street.
Do you drive or plan to someday? If so, there are 2 facts you really should know. Fact 1, people should worry about new drivers. 16 to 20-year-olds only make up 7% of the New York State driving population, but they're involved in 18% of all fatal accidents. Fact 2, people should worry, period. 50% of all New York State drivers will be involved in at least one alcohol-related accident. Those are bad odds. 1 out of every 2. Will it be me or you?
119 pounds. Juan Carlos Garcia out of Section 1 and Sleepy Hollow High School, returning state champ against Brian Erogi out of Section 3, Beaver River. There's Garcia from Section 1. As we said, a returning state champ. And a very, very tough kid. His opponent, Brian Arogi out of Section 3 from Beaver River High School, 38-0. Garcia 36-0, so both men undefeated. And just underway, no points. Garcia on the left in the light blue, and there's Section 3 right there. You can see the number on Brian Arogi. So you've got a returning state champ. 2 other defending state champs were defeated. That shows you the competition is tough. Right now, no points scored. And as you look at Garcia's record of 36-0, 31 pins, John.
Another pin machine.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what. Always interested to see what they do on top.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to see in the last match where Mattiotti just used his takedown ability to win the match.
Rogi just a little bit taller than Garcia, but he got an ankle on Garcia, wasn't able to do anything with it.
He is tall, Dale. He could be throwing that ankle pick from the bench.
Yeah, he's got the ankle
again.
again. Yeah, he's trying, and he's able to get down to Garcia. Garcia very strong. Has fought his way out twice from that move by Rogi. Rogi doing it again. Got those long arms, John. And I think Garcia knows that that's one of his favorite moves.
I think Garcia is hoping this period gets over in a hurry. He can start up on top.
Many times these guys do not know each other, being from different sections as far away as, well, Section 1 down the Suffern area. Oh, nice move. No points. Whoa. You can see the strength on Garcia there, but they might not know the style, and Rogi, not a muscular kid, but very tall. And Garcia got in on him, didn't he?
He got in so far, I think he went by him. He missed the leg. Exactly what happened.
Yeah, his body went by and his arm was behind him, John, and he couldn't really lock it up. But that's a long leg to grab, and Rogi got it out of there. Give him credit, but no score at the end of the first period. So as the second period starts, Garcia will be, well, we'll see where he is when they decide what the story is with Rogi.
Yeah, Rogi had a bloody nose, and they're trying to clear that up before he comes back out.
Deferred, so red will be on top. That'll be Garcia. Rogi down. And he must feel comfortable on his feet as he lets up Rogi, gives him 1 point.
Yeah, that last takedown attempt must have told him something. I can get in, maybe I can take this guy down.
Those long legs of Rogi's are an inviting target. Garcia shot once. Now I don't think Rogi wants to get in a strength contest because Garcia's throwing him by, John. And now Rogi goes right after the ankle again.
I'll tell you, Rogi did a nice job snapping him down, using his leverage that he has, almost like a whip.
Yep. He goes up and then brings him down, then tries to pull him back and grab the ankle while he pushes him. Garcia trying to get arm control. That could spell disaster for Rogi in the takedown department. Lots of action. One minute left, period number 2.
Garcia tried to just tie up the arms and scoot behind.
I think Garcia may be a little surprised by how tough Rogi is, especially on his feet. Rogi goes with that left leg out just a little bit, and he invites it, and Garcia took it this time.
He's in there deep, and this time he does get the 2 points.
See, Rogi's style, he had that left leg out and comes forward with his left leg out a little bit, and Garcia took it that time and got it.
And that was a timing thing, too. It was a step, and Garcia hit it just as he came, and Rogi couldn't pull it back fast enough.
2-1 now as there are 20 seconds left in the second period. Garcia got the half, and Rogi stands up trying to get hand control. And they go out of bounds with 9 seconds left in the second period. Rogi's a senior. Carlos also a senior, 119 pounds. That's Garcia right there.
I think Rogie could probably play basketball if he wants to
right.
stop wrestling next year. Nice move. He doesn't finish it, though. He's trying to whip Garcia over.
Well, you know, that move might work on some people who aren't quite as strong as Garcia. Boy, he just fights you the whole time, and we'll see a replay of it. Little tap and go.
Grabs that leg.
And you saw that Rogie stepped up with that leg, and Garcia took it, got the takedown. As you said, good timing, John. Rogie with these guys with the long arms show a tight waist. He can go around you time and a half.
Yeah, Rogie has 25 pins as well. He's he probably wraps up his opponent like a cobra and just waits till they stop breathing.
Probably a cradler too as he works on Garcia.
I would imagine.
Garcia tries to sit, countered by Rogie. Rogie staying behind, staying on his toes, off his knees. He's only down by 1 point to the returning state champ. Garcia trying to throw a switch one way, then another way.
Rogie's just keeping real tough.
Yeah.
Arm around the waist, keeping his knee up in the butt, just keeping all over him like a blanket.
And Jim Wild, the official, the guy who was on him so early about, has no illusions that these guys aren't working. They're working hard.
I think as they get up in the upper weights, they allow them a little bit more time to wrestle.
There's a little bit of that leverage as Rogie elevates Garcia.
And he tried to bring him to the mat, and he was so long that Garcia fell on his hip.
Yeah.
There's that cradle you mentioned a second, but he missed it.
He's trying to get Garcia on his back. He's got a good shot at it, but loses it. And now we're down to 45 seconds, and Rogie's been working hard. Garcia's kind of taking some time out on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the official, Jim Wild, is going to call Garcia for stalling.
If anybody will call it, this guy will call it.
That's right. He was pretty quick in that 91-pound
Just called it. Now there's a warning.
And he is wrestling. He just is not completing his moves, which frustrates the official.
He's going to get called for a minute. That would tie it up if he.
Going to be
Rogie
very
looked
close.
like he had something.
Well, he's trying to get out. He's wrestling pretty hard right now. 7 seconds left. That switch he missed.
Desperation by Rogie, and that's not going to be enough. Juan Carlos Garcia, the returning state champ, beats Brian Rogie, but just in a great match at 119 pounds. So Garcia will repeat as state champion. And he had a tough time with Brian Rogie from Section 3. Great match, and Garcia repeats. Quite a feat. Move up to 126, where we've got out of Burnt Hills High School, Doug Gronke from Burnt Hills, as I said. 37-0, 25 pins. Being recruited by Yale and Harvard, already accepted by Yale. So he's got the brains to go with the wrestling ability. His opponent, Michael Castro from Section 9 out of Washingtonville High School. He's a senior, 32-1, 14 pins. And as you look at these two, Gronke was second in the states last year at 119. So this is not new territory for Doug Gronke. Had a brother who also wrestled, was eliminated, I think, earlier, but right now they're underway, 126 pounds. Castro in the blue, Gronke in the maroon. Officials for this bout, Dave Warren with the assistant Gene Miley. Out of bounds, no score, 1:35 left first period. Gronke got that height, doesn't he?
Yeah, maybe they're starting a basketball team. No one advised us earlier.
You ever seen wrestlers play basketball, John?
It's
not a pretty sight.
Don't let the kids watch.
Right now, nice move by Gronke. He comes up with 2 quick takedown points. And he's working on his taller opponent. Castro gets the 2. Castro, Gronke flips through on Castro. Castro stays in control as they go out of bounds. Michael Castro, Washingtonville High School, on top 2-0. Both guys are seniors. As we said, Gronke second last year, and you're going to get a look at this takedown.
Ducks under, beautiful move.
Yeah, that was fast, wasn't it?
It looked like he caught Gronke by mistake here, or off guard.
Gronke on the bottom as we're down under a minute, 52 seconds actually in this first period.
Dale, Gronke's brother Chad also finished second last year in New York State at 126. So it was a little family affair last year, and he's got himself in trouble right
he made
now.
A mistake there. He kicked through, and Castro caught him.
Yeah, sometimes when these guys roll through without the hand control, they come up on the short end of the stick, and this is what's happening here.
Oh, boy.
And he's got to be very careful, and he is pinned.
Yes. Castro by a pin over Doug Gronke in 134. 126 pounds by a pin. Doug Gronke gets pinned by Michael Castro, that man right there, out of Section 9. And Castro did it in 134.
That first pin in the New York State tournament usually does come by surprise. There's that roll through, Dale. Again, no hand control.
Castro had the half.
That's
right in.
It was perfect for Castro. And
that was
Gronke could just do nothing but bridge and bridge.
Then he locked up the other hand and then switched over. Watch him switch his weight. Watch
he got real
Castro
tight here.
Right there is when Castro really had it locked up. And that did it. And you can see he was excited as he pinned last year's runner-up at 119. Right now we move on. 132 pounds. Steve Caruso from Section 3 out of New Hartford High School. 35-1 with 24 pins. Looking to Bucknell. His opponent from Section 7 is Sean Edwards out of Peru High School, way up in the North Country. And Sean Edwards is 30-1 with 22 pins. And he's down by 2 right there as Caruso scores early, throws legs. First time we've seen legs.
Right, and out of bounds they go.
Right in front of the table.
Wasting no time. Shot in right away.
That pin by Castro, as you said, the first, you don't usually see a lot of pins, and Castro did it in the first period. But maybe we'll see some more. Unusual in the state tournament. Right now, Caruso up by 2 by virtue of a takedown over Sean Edwards. Edwards in the gray being taken down right there from Peru High School. And we saw that Caruso not afraid to throw legs. Looks like he may do it again when
he does have him in.
Yep.
Trying to power half on the left side as he sits on the right.
Nice catch by the official. Steve Dellerith, the official. As he started to go out of bounds, and he caught him. 2-0 is the score. Caruso on top out of New Hartford High School, and he takes Edwards down.
As we've seen quite a few matches tonight, the arm bars, 2-on-1s, primary ride on top.
Yeah, real basic stuff, but when it's done in the way that these guys do it, look at Caruso working hard there to keep Edwards from standing up, and Edwards trying to stand up, but look how heavy he is on his left leg.
And that's true with all the good wrestlers all over the world. They're very basic. I mean, just a couple come to mind. Chris Campbell, super with single legs. Everyone knows he's going to throw it, and he can still get you with it.
It's a matter of stopping it, right?
That's right.
Oh, a little high for Caruso.
Very high, and he's going to get reversed.
Yes, and a nice jolt by Edwards. And they got 2 as he went out of bounds. So Caruso a little bit shocked at the end. 27 seconds left in the first period. And he's tied up at 2 as...
Real quick peek at this, Dale. He's got that arm bar, and he is up high.
And then he tried to flip him and lost the tight waist. And there was the jolt that put him out of bounds, and it gave Edwards ultimate control. So it will stay 2-2. Now you got to shake that off if you're Caruso, right? You can't let that bother you.
That's right, because the score was only 2-0, but he really dominated the activity in the first period up till about 30 seconds to go. And now he's slowly getting out, and he does get his 1-point escape.
So he's back in control, 3-2. Down to 5 seconds, as you see. Caruso looking at the clock as he gets driven out of bounds. Caruso was checking the clock.
And I think his coach is letting him know, too.
Yeah. Here's the updated standings. Section 4, 197 now. Section 3, 173.5. And Section 11, a perennial contender, in third at 161.5. And you see Section 5 and Section 1 tied at 139.5. So some interesting results there right now. Caruso on top by 1 from Section 3 over Sean Edwards from Section 7. Second period just underway. Got that power half with a leg. Edwards with the leg. Excuse me, Caruso with the leg on Edwards.
And really stretched him out now, Dale. Look at how he's working that left leg, too.
Yep. Stalemate.
You're not going to turn him, but boy, you're just causing all kinds of problems for the man on the bottom. Really has to work to get up to his base.
And by the time that third period rolls around, you hope you've tired him out a bit.
And it seems to be the game plan, and it's worked a few times. On top, no big move for Edwards off the bottom.
Caruso staying on his toes, trying to keep that weight
Gotta
on
be
Edwards.
careful. You know, these guys that use the legs, they have more problems with getting high than the other ones, that they're not used to it. But he's not high now, and he's got Edwards stretched out pretty good.
There's no chance of getting him cranked, however. And, of course, it takes a lot of time, and especially, Edwards does not seem to be especially susceptible to the legs. Right there, he's tried to turn Edwards. But, Caruso looks like he's on the edge of disaster, John, that when he does that he could just roll through, that Edwards could roll through with him. We shall see.
He seems like one of those wrestlers that will give a coach fits.
Yeah.
Almost going to get pinned himself all the time and comes up. As we've seen, I mean, he is 35-1, victorious most of the time.
Caruso also a football player at New Hartford, and they're going to call an official timeout, bloody nose. Might be able to see what we're talking about here with Caruso on top, and you see what Edwards tries that forward roll, kicks through. Now look, see, now Caruso's in trouble. Now Caruso had the leg in and slid the hips, but if he hadn't slid his hips, John, he could have been in trouble.
Yeah, it would have been probably 4 quick points for Edwards.
So
great balance and good move.
As you said, you can give a coach fits when you look at that. Of course, that's his style also, and obviously, as you said, at 35-1, it works for him, so you don't want to do too much to change his style. Right now, Edwards stands up. It's only a 1-point lead for Caruso, and he's in trouble again.
They haven't given a reversal yet, and I think they'll call it potentially dangerous.
Yes. And a reversal. Whoa.
Interesting call there.
Yeah. I've never seen that before.
I think the reason they gave him, Dale, is because the move was almost there before the potentially dangerous, or he was going to call the 2 before, and he thought the potentially dangerous was more important, so he called it. I think it was right here. I think that's what happened, Dale.
At any rate, Edwards now on top, 4-3, and 11 seconds left. So now Caruso, who has lost the momentum, has appeared to be in control. Stalemate. So Caruso's got to be saying, do I have enough left? Psychologically, he's got to be down a little bit. He got hit with the reverses. They went out of bounds, and he got hit with a reverse one on a potentially dangerous.
That's right. He was almost out there with 5 seconds left, and he left his heel there. Got to get those legs back and get out.
He's obviously
Get
in a
your
pretty
points.
good position now. He's on the bottom to score. And, of course, Edwards will now have to try to hold him down.
Right, with no riding time, he's in a good spot to win it all.
And, of course, Edwards will have – we have not seen Edwards.
He's trying to throw the legs in.
Now Edwards is going to do some legs.
And he may get high as well. He tried to get from the other side and throw the legs in. I don't know if he's comfortable with the legs, Dale. He didn't seem to fire him in like he should have.
Well, you can see that Caruso's going to try it again. He
He's
takes
up
Caruso's leg, and he's up high. It's 5-4 now in favor of Caruso.
And now Edwards is really pulling that leg up.
Out. Yep. It may be potentially dangerous there.
He's going to try to shake, get some room in between the two, and get it potentially dangerous. I think the official's really looking for this now, too. He doesn't want these guys getting hurt standing up.
Well, you know, they're standing up while they're throwing legs, and they get all twisted around. It's Caruso's now got that 1 point lead, but he has shown a propensity for making his coaches nervous as he goes for the leg again, and now he tries to counter. Edwards tries to counter it, and now he's going to stand up again. You can see him. Are they going to warn him? No. Can you get warned for that eventually, for stalling, John?
No, the stalemate if he throws the leg in while he's standing up every time. But if he has the leg in and Edwards stands up, the official won't call a stalling. Because he really is trying a pinning combination.
Well, nice.
Can that roll through?
Uh-oh, and he locked the hands. That's going to cost Caruso a point.
That's 1 point.
He locked his hands when they went down to the mat. He didn't break it, and that's going to cost him 1 point. You can lock those when you pick him up, but when they rolled through, his hands hit, and that's going to cost Caruso a point. They're tied with 59 seconds left, 5-5.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but probably if he didn't lock his hands, he would have been reversed.
Yeah, it's a question of giving up 1 or 2, and it was the smart move at the time. Doing it again, potentially dangerous. When you're up and they throw the leg, they're going to call that. It's been interesting and unusual. He's got those hands locked. It's legal now, but if he brings him down to the mat, it wouldn't be. Warning, stalling.
He's getting awful rough for Caruso right now. Like you mentioned, the momentum is shifted. And he's got to ride out, basically, or go for the pin to bring it into overtime.
Yeah, and the way Edwards is moving, he may be in trouble. Edwards taking his time, not panicking, trying to get the hand control. Tight waist by Caruso. Caruso's got sort of a leg, working hard to get that half in high again.
He's cranking really hard. He's got both legs in, though. He's not
Yeah,
throwing,
you're right.
Dale. He's not arching, though. If he arched into him, he'd have better control. There's a little arch.
Yeah, he's got the half and the arm as they go out of bounds, though. 18 seconds. Caruso, you can bet he's going to go for legs again.
And I think Edwards will probably try another roll.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's come up with almost a couple points and some points off of it. No, he stands up. There's that roll. Here we go.
Nice call, John. Nice turn. Anticipated, perhaps, by Caruso. Caruso with the leg.
I think everybody in the gym kind of saw that coming.
Caruso out of bounds, so he's going to have to do it one more time with 3 seconds left. He's got to hold on. Watch that roll through. That could give you a quick 1 point.
Sure can. There it goes through the roll. And the official looking to see if Caruso locked or not. That was costly.
Whoa. Overtime. Overtime. And they'll take a quick break and we'll look at, John, the regulations for overtime.
Should be 3 1-minute periods. And then the criteria is when they develop we'll get into as far as.
Yeah, it could be complicated to go through the whole
right,
whole series.
There's a list of 12. We're going to take a look at the last couple seconds, Dale. And
as we said, Caruso had to hold on to Edwards, and Edwards we knew was going to try the roll. He does. Look, he was throwing the leg as he was trying the roll, kept the leg in through the half, and knew all he had to do was hold on for 3 seconds, and he was able to before they send it into overtime. So this is our first overtime. John, and what's the first criteria?
Well, the first criteria is a wrestler whose opponent has been penalized the greater number of times for unsportsmanlike conduct shall be declared the winner. I don't think we'll see that.
That doesn't usually happen.
No, that doesn't happen. I don't think I've ever seen it where you won by being a poor sport. And then the second, if the tie remains, the wrestler with the accumulate the greater number of points of near falls. And we haven't seen a lot of those yet either. So again, the list goes down, and we'll get to it.
Number 3 is generally, as you look at takedowns, obviously very important.
Greater number of takedowns, right.
So you've got 2 criteria. One is unsportsmanlike. Second is near falls. If you got somebody near fall, I don't think you're going to,
chances are it's over.
Yeah, it's over. So generally you're going to see takedowns going to be very, very important as they go with, 3 1-minute periods?
That's right. And then number 4 is number of reversals, number 5, number of escapes. But like you say, number 3 usually takes.
So takedowns important. Caruso shoots, Edwards counters. Sean Edwards from Section 7, Peru High School. Steve Caruso from New Hartford in Section 3. In overtime, 132 pounds. A real interesting match, and boy, Caruso lets Edwards in deep. So if they remain tied, the guy who gets the first takedown, let's see, is it a penalty point? No.
Potentially
dangerous.
And Edwards is bleeding from the mouth.
A bleeding mouth will call an official timeout. Those criteria we're talking about is if they're still tied at the end of the overtime, it would be the penalty points and then the near falls and then the takedown. So it isn't the first person who gets a takedown, but they're clearly very important because if they were still tied, the takedown points, who's got the most takedown points would be declared the winner. There's the move, and Edwards grabs the ankle, and you're going to see the potentially dangerous, I think, as he goes around the head right there. .26 seconds left, first overtime period.
Both men working hard. Edwards in again on that single leg.
Caruso checking the clock. Oh, gets out. That's going to be 2 right there for Caruso.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a great takedown. I thought he was dead to rights being taken down. He came up with a big 2. Right near the out of bounds.
He surely did, so 2 points.
That clock watching has paid off for Caruso, at least in the overtime.
So now it's 7-5. And there he is, looked like his leg was up. That's where I thought he was in trouble, but then he muscled his way through it and took Edwards down for 2. So the first points in overtime scored by Caruso, and they are takedown points. Dave Warren, the official, watching closely there. With the leg in, potentially. No, he could have warned him. 1, gives up 1. 7-6 now. Elevates, watch his hands again. He's going to throws the half. Boy, he puts himself in trouble, doesn't he? Caruso?
Certainly does. He doesn't have control of anything, and he just throws a half on that roll through.
Look at a nice tackle by Warren.
Boy, that Edwards is tough.
Yes,
tough
he
on
is.
The bottom.
Sean Edwards fighting constantly. He stands up every time, and he's about an inch away from. Let's see what he does. No. You can tell that.
No call. I'm not sure what happened there.
Edwards right up, trying to get hand control. Caruso, that was close. Almost had the hands locked. Down to 23, there you can see, 22 as he throws the leg, that right leg, and trying to get that power, that head, try to tilt, get some back points. Edwards able to come up with a stalemate there as he's fought off the leg attack of Steve Caruso.
Very quick stalemate call, I thought. he was working that power half. Only gave him about 10 seconds to work it. It's almost like freestyle rules. Here comes that roll through again.
He's waiting for it now, though. Caruso's waiting for that.
Yeah. And with only 10 seconds left, Caruso knows he can hold on.
Yeah. And, you know, he's taking the throw in that half as he rolls through. It's almost like they rehearsed this. He's getting ready for him to roll through and throws the half. He came to within an inch of getting called again for having his hands touching on one of those when he had to bring Edwards down. As you said, Edwards right there, mouth is bleeding, very, very tough, and is giving Caruso all that he can handle.
And, you know, that happened in the first period of the overtime when Edwards was in real deep and he was pulling it right up, and he must have caught a bone on maybe the shin of Caruso, and the blood hasn't stopped pouring out yet.
There he is, Sean Edwards out of Peru High School, 30-1, down by 1 in the overtime as we begin the last 1-minute period. And these guys have wrestled 8 minutes now. Caruso is let up, so that's going to make it 8-6, I believe, if they change the. Edwards still fighting now. He's going to give up 2 right there.
Yeah, Edwards knew he had to get it a couple points to win the match.
Yep. Well, he's up by 3 now, 9-6. They finally changed the score on the escape as Edwards let Caruso up, and then Caruso took him down for the 3. So it changed from up to 9 points. Oh no, is that a slam? 1 point. Caruso took him up in the air.
We're going to take a look at it, Dale, but I think this was like a pro wrestling. It was more noise with the legs than the head because he really didn't.
Yeah, he broke the fall with his arm and his leg slapped hard on the mat.
I think the official heard the noise and thought it was more intentional than it was.
But it's the offensive wrestler's responsibility to bring him down safely, and now Caruso's in trouble.
With 20 seconds left.
Nothing. Caruso on the edge of disaster as Sean Edwards hustling down by 2, almost pulled it off. What a match, 132
He's
pounds.
been there all night, Dale, and he's not quite a roll through, but he did try it.
There he grabbed the ankle.
He's got him in trouble, but
now they started heading for the out of bounds.
Caruso still having enough with that arm around the back to keep control.
Ooh. This has
glad
been
to
some
see
match.
the out of bounds.
Whoa. Edwards and Caruso. This is a classic. I thought they had the wrong score there. It's 10-7. They had locking hands. What a little problem with the scoring here. 10-8, perhaps. $10-8 would be a vastly different score. That's Caruso, Steve Caruso, as they try to figure out exactly what the points are. The official.
They're changing the score to 10-8.
Steve Delreth, I believe I said Dave Warren. It's Steve Delreth. 10-8. 13 seconds left. In overtime. Edwards gave it all he had. Isn't going to be enough.
Just a super crowd. And unfortunately, someone has to come in second.
132 pounds. Steve Caruso in overtime. 10-8 overtime. A great match. Great match. That's a classic. And we'll be right back with the 138-pound match in just a second.
How serious is the American Cancer Society about defeating cancer? Let's put it this way. We're calling in millions of choppers. It's all part of the great American food fight against cancer. A day to sink your teeth into the foods that may lessen your risk in the battle against cancer. The great American food fight. If you're smart, you'll be armed to the teeth.
We're back for a 138-pound match between Kareeb Howard from Section 3 and Tim Godoy out of Section 11. Kareeb Howard out of Fowler High School, the third Fowler wrestler to attempt to win a state championship. His teammate has won one, so Kareeb Howard would like to bring home a second to his school. There's his opponent, Tim Godoy from Section 11 out of Sachem High School. He's 27-1. He's a senior, third in the sections last year, while Kareeb Howard was fifth in the states last year. A lot of experience. Howard has worked hard at Fowler High School. Team standings, Section 4 up on top by 20 now over Section 3 as we start this 138-pound match. There's Howard, Section 3.
Now Godoy in on a single leg.
You know, as we look at Howard, he beat Ken Porter, the returning state champ, in his weight class to make it to the finals. So Kareeb Howard has got to feel pretty confident that in beating Porter, when you beat a returning state champ, and last year he was fifth, you got to give a lot of confidence. Right now, no score, as Godoy out of Sachem is on the left, Howard on the right.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get too overconfident, Dale, though, because
yeah,
you know, Godoy is a tough wrestler, 27-1, getting to the state championship. He has something to prove as well.
And he's been aggressive, thrown a couple of takedown attempts. Howard trying to counter him. Godoy go out of bounds.
Trying to drag. We've seen that a few times tonight already successfully. This time they go out of bounds.
Godoy knows bleeding, so that'll be an official time. That's Godoy, Tim Godoy, out of Sachem High School. Ken Porter of Alfred Almond High was the state champ that Howard beat 5-3 to get here. As we said at the top of the show, one of the three wrestlers, Rutecki and Jamison and Howard. Jamison won at 105. So Howard will attempt to bring state medal number 2 to Fowler High School, City High School here in Syracuse. But Tim Godoy from Sachem has been tough this first period. No score. You see the clock, 35 seconds left. Nice move by Godoy. Godoy gets his 2 right there as they go out of bounds. So as you said, Tim Godoy, somebody to be reckoned with as he comes up with the first points of the match with a 2-point takedown on Kareeb Howard. Howard attempting to stand up. Hand control by Howard. Not able to do it as they head out of bounds, and the official.
I think that's a big hand for the official right there. That was a great.
Dana Charpentier is the official, and he wanted to make sure that Howard's head didn't get hurt.
That's
Watch.
right. Nice dive at the end. He
that.
Catches the head.
Good style points.
I give him a 10-0.
Yeah, nice job. Right now, Howard would like to get some points as he's attempting to escape from Godoy. Godoy down on the ankle, potentially dangerous. Or stalling. Okay, so that'll be a stall on Godoy. A warning, 5 seconds left to go in the first period.
Yeah, you got to be careful down when you're hanging on to the ankle.
Yeah.
We've seen the officials, they want you to wrestle. You have to move up.
Howard, lucky there. He tried a risky move, John, and he almost got caught. Godoy will have choice. He defers. Let's see what happened, John.
Howard on bottom.
Tries to roll, and he rolled to his back, and Godoy caught his leg. Period ended.
Well, very glad to hear the buzzer on that.
Yeah.
We've seen it a lot. Now Howard gets a point here, but on these roll-throughs, when you don't have the hand control, most of the wrestlers have gotten themselves in trouble.
Howard leaving that leg out. He seems to be tempting Tim Godoy with that style. He extended his right leg, and then Godoy shot, and there's the counter by Howard. They're going to go back in the middle. Let's see if he does it again. Watch him. See that right leg, John?
He does set him up out there. I think he got in trouble the first period by doing that. But he's setting up for his takedown. Now, Godoy tried a headlock and missed it.
3-2 now. The lead goes to Howard. As you said, Godoy tried not a desperation move, but was in a little bit of trouble. And
no, it reminds me of a freestyle move. I mean, some of these guys will hit headlocks to the side like that, and in freestyle, it's a slip throw, and you start over.
Right.
In high school and collegiate style, it's not your -2 points.
Godoy in a little bit of pain. He got hurt as they went out of bounds. There's Howard down, gets the thigh on a single. Godoy stretches him out, but as you said, he went for the head and it slipped off, and then that cost him body position. And then I think when he came down, he hit his head, and they went out of bounds. And he complained about his head, and that right there you could see him grimacing. No matter, he's back. Used some injury time. 1:14 left in the second period. 3-2 in favor of Kareem Howard, who's on top right now, right there with the red knee pad. From Section 3, Godoy from Section 11. Howard gets way out to the side, keeps that tight waist on. Now he's got something behind.
Keeping his hips back.
Yep. Ties up a leg.
I'm kind of curious to see if he throws the legs in. This looks like a typical wrestler that rides on top and it probably won't get high.
Yeah, he looks like he's got the weight. He keeps those hips back, and a little change there as he's trying to keep Godoy thinking. He changed position a couple of times. These guys have wrestled 3 or 4 matches to get here, depending on whether they had a bye in the preliminaries. Howard wrestled 4. This is his 4th. Godoy stands up. Howard down on that leg to get some control. Whizzer by Godoy trying to step over. Going to get one. Does he get one?
Very close. Very close.
Nope.
Now Kareem Howard kept that arm around the back, indicating the official he still had control. It was good enough.
The official, Danish Charpentier, his assistant, Al Fuse.
Again, Howard scooping the leg.
Yeah, keeping
just
back.
Control, tight waist. Trying, which he did in the first period with a Navy ride. He didn't get it.
He has some momentum, but he only has a 1-point lead, so he's got to be working to try to get some back points. And that's going to end the period. And they're going to go into period number 3 with Howard on top by 1, 3-2. And Godoy looks like that, maybe that hit on the head took a little out of him. He doesn't look as sharp as he did early. As a matter of fact, they're going to talk to him. They're going to start the injury time. His knee is bothering him now.
And it just looks a little out of sync, Dale.
Yeah, he does look a little out of sync. Not sure he is.
He didn't do much in that last part of the second period. Although with Howard on top with a control with that scoop ride, it's kind of tough to do anything.
See if we can give you a look at Tim Godoy as
he's down below and he's just not moving.
Yeah,
see, Howard's not really doing much on top, and he's just kind of turning, looking, weaving back and forth like he's punch drunk.
Yeah, and then he kind of sits back there. If he needed a rest, he got it because he's got 2 minutes left, and he's got 2 points to score in order to win. He's down by 1, 3-2. Let's see what Kareem Howard's got on top. Ankle control.
Yep.
Breaks him down. Got that leg, John.
That's right. He left the leg sitting there, and Howard picked it up like you're supposed to on top. And he tried to scoop right. He lost that, but he's got that left arm. He's coming up to a bar now. And back to the scoop right, that control right on top.
That right leg scooped underneath Godoy's.
And I got to believe that's wearing Godoy down. He's very frustrated now.
And they're going to give stalling point to Howard. I believe they did.
Yes, they did.
I didn't see him put it up on the...
Well, I saw 1 point go up. Now one of the scoreboards has a point, and the official's pointing to the scoreboard now.
I think they put up the wrong way. One says 4-2 for Howard, which is the way we saw it. And the other one says 3-2, so we'll go with 4-2. So Howard's up by 2 as Godoy attempts. Boy, Howard's a scrambler there, isn't he? He's a little bit of trouble there with the whizzer. His weight gets out. He scoops the leg, though, keeps something back. He doesn't lose it. He goes out of bounds.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. He's real strong. He keeps his hips down, even with that arm around the back, and Godoy's throwing a whizzer. He just can't get any strength to pull him off to the side.
And as you mentioned, the strength, lack of strength, Godoy's going to take another injury time. That's a good look at Tim Godoy out of Sachem High School, Section 11, down on Suffolk County, Long Island. He just kind of being very gingerly adjusting his knee pads, whether it's a knee problem or what. It doesn't appear to bother him when he gets up. Well, we shall see. He is down, and down by 2 points. I'm sure Howard will not want to give up anything here and would probably like to ride him out for the next minute and 18 seconds.
And if they did keep track of riding time, I think he'd be up by a couple of minutes right now. Just real tough on top. Now he's got a cross face. He's got that scoop ride. He's had that for most of the match. And he's got to be careful here, too, that he doesn't get called for stalling.
Right. They haven't warned him yet, I don't think, so he's got a little time.
There's not too many pinning combinations that start with a cross face.
Yes, well, now he does get warned, even as we speak. Yeah, no doubt about it that Charpentier is going to tell him that he has been warned for stalling. So now Howard's got some things to think about as Godoy takes his place in the down position with 56 seconds left.
Scoop ride.
He's got to know if he gives up 1 point as a stall, a takedown or reversal could beat him. I don't think he wants to do that.
Then you have to worry about that escape that ties it up and brings it into overtime.
Right.
Right now, it doesn't look like Godoy is wrestling to all of his ability, and you don't want to bring him into overtime and wake him up. And there's that stalling point.
There's another one for Howard.
Now that works to Howard's advantage.
Yeah, 5-2. So now it's a 3-point lead. Now he can afford to give up that 1 if he has to and not give up 2. Or even if he gives up 2, stay off his back. He's only got, 29 seconds left.
Right, but now he knows he can ride at least for 15, 20 seconds without getting in big trouble.
He did the international style there, and now he's going to...
Now this gets a little tricky because he's going to give up 1.
Right.
And now a takedown could tie things up.
He hasn't given up the 1 yet. He does now. Oh, I think it's 2 there. Yeah, Godoy not able to do anything on that as he just table-topped him. He spun around him, and that's going to do it. So Kareem Howard from Section 3 is going to win in 138 pounds, 7-3. Kareem Howard as Tim Godoy not able to, at the end, pull it off. Looked close, but too little too late. We'll be back with a 145-pound match right after this.
The original Twin Trees restaurant, located at 1100 Avery Ave, has always been famous for pizzas. The original Twin Trees has been family-owned and operated for over 31 years. But Twin Trees is a lot more than just delicious pizzas. The original Twin Trees menu includes everything from prime rib to alligator tail, plus mouth-watering Italian specialties, fresh seafood prepared daily, and of course the best pasta in town. After the show, the ball game, or any time you want to enjoy delicious homemade food at a great price, make it the original Twin Trees on Avery Ave, just off West Genesee Street.
I worked hard for my Olympic medal, and I'd hate to lose it, especially over something as stupid as steroids. Taking steroids pumps people up for a while, makes their muscles look bigger, but they don't increase aerobic power or one's capacity for exercise in a workout. Experts aren't even sure they actually make you stronger. So why take something that can actually damage you, both physically and mentally? Steroids can cause women to go bald, develop deep voices, and grow facial hair. It can cause men to have a lower sperm count and enlarged breasts. It can even cause youngsters to stop growing before they should. Anyone that takes steroids runs the risk of irreparable liver, kidney, and heart damage, as well as a bad case of acne. It also affects the mind by potentially developing symptoms like violent mood swings, uncontrollable aggression, and extreme depression, what ex-takers call the inner rage. Steroid use is a major health risk because it's impossible to use them without suffering some of the side effects. Athletes who take them often lose more than they win. My opponent in the '84 Olympic finals not only lost the match, but he was stripped of his medal for steroid use. Don't lose your pride or your life.
We move to 145 pounds. Craig Furr from Section 11, Center Reach High School, against Matt Sorchinski from Section 4, Johnson City High School. There's Furr, 26-3, a senior. As I said, out of Center Reach High School. From Section 11, his opponent from Section 4, Matt Sorchinski, 35-0, 28 pins. Both guys are seniors and wants to go to prep school for the Air Force. And Sorchinski countering a move by Furr as they go out of bounds. And very vocal coaching staff as Sorchinski gets into Furr gets into Sorchinski.
And I've noticed that, Dale, when you get up in the upper weight classes, 145 and above, the mat gets smaller and the coaches get louder.
Yeah.
It's the moves are slower and the coaches can see more, and boy, they just yell out all kinds of encouragement.
Sorchinski working hard, as is Craig Furr. Furr shoots down, countered by Sorchinski. Sorchinski, a couple of little tattoos on the shoulder as he tries to snap him by, and he's going to lose.
I think he's
nothing. Let's see.
He'll probably get taken down if he can get control. Nope.
Nothing. They're going to go out of bounds. No points. Coaches are telling Sorchinski, don't relax on the out of bounds. There's Sorchinski's little cheering section. Craig Furr from Section 11, both guys muscular. Sorchinski trying to spin around, control the head of Craig Furr. "11 seconds left in this first period. Furr shoots. Sorchinski counters.
Shot in. He's lucky he didn't get spun around for a takedown. He had his head down.
Official Wayne Carroll steps in, says time. No score. First period. 145 pounds. Craig Furr, Section 11, against Matt Sorchinski from Section 4. Sorchinski from Johnson City High School. Furr out of Center Ridge High School on Long Island, Suffolk County. Stand up by Sorchinski. Crotch by...
Trying to get that...
loses it. 1 point. Sorchinski escaped on Furr.
Finally does get the hand control, gets the hips out for that 1 point. Worked hard for it. Sorchinski really up on that head. Head control with the arm. Wants to go up her body.
Coaching staff yelling spin. Apparently likes to control the head and spin around behind. He's got an underhook now on Furr. They go out of bounds as he jolts him right in front of Furr's coaches. No points. Furr back up. .119, no in this period, second period, no score. Nice move by Furr.
Looking good down.
There's the spin.
He kept that head down. Going to get him in trouble, and it did.
2 points for Sorchinski. And you can hear coaches saying, work your tilt. Wants to have him hook the leg. I think, I'm just guessing, but these guys who are coaching Sorchinski seem to know a little bit about Furr. Maybe they have seen him before, or at least they have an idea of what will work on him.
Well, one of those coaches is that former New York State high school champ from Watertown, Pete Capone, who's now down in the Section 4 area.
There he is, right there, sitting down with the maroon shirt.
And he went to school down in Long Island, so he probably knows a lot about what's going on down there.
Well, right now, Long Island's Craig Furr is down by 3 points, 3-0. Sorchinski on top. Nice switch. Gets one for Furr.
Boy, he hit that so well, he lost control and spun
out, didn't he?
Out into space. Good switch. We haven't seen a lot of those today.
Sorchinski spin, going to get two right on the edge. He does. 5-1.
Trying to stretch him out. He's got a nice power half for out to the side. I'll let Gene Mills for 145-pounder. It's nice to see.
Let him go as he got, I think, a little too high. Didn't feel comfortable with it. Gave him one. They want Sorchinski to work all the way to the buzzer, and he does. 5-2. He's up by 3 as we go into the last period in a fast match. Sorchinski undefeated, 35-0.
They're shooting in. That
spin.
Head down again.
Yep.
They got him in trouble. Almost got him in trouble in the first period.
Back to live action here right now, and it looks very similar to what we've seen. They've been on their feet a lot, and Sorchinski looked like he's working a snap down.
Yeah, the takedowns have all come off control of the head. No setups from the outside. Now Furrier's in deep on a single, but they're very close to the out of bounds.
Stalemate. Pete Capone wants him snap, 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 he said, and we'll see. Sorchinski from Section 4 on the right getting dragged by Furr.
Again, that head is down.
Hand control by Furr as he fights back up. They go out of bounds. Furr looks a little tired. I wouldn't count him out, but he's down by 2.
No, he's getting in deep on those single legs. He's the shorter of the two. Lower to the ground, he seems to be able to get in but not finish up.
Well, they want him to spin, and Sorchinski was spinning, but he didn't hit it that time. He can't get his hand out.
No, he's blocking off. Now he's
there.
He
got it. There he got
around.
it.
He needs to control though.
No points.
Maybe 1 point going off the mat.
Yep. 6-3. He's up by 3. Sorchinski on the right from Section 4. 50 seconds left. get him off your head is what Sorchinski's corner is. You can probably hear in the background as Furr is going to work down to 33 seconds.
Furr needs takedown pretty quick because he's going to need a back point, which we haven't seen yet in this match.
And Sorchinski's now lengthened himself out.
Yeah, he's in good position. He's got him stretched out. Tough to take anybody down when your head's on the mat.
Yep.
Now he's back up.
Sorchinski's going to pull it off, and he does. From Section 4, Matt Sorchinski, 6'3". A winner over Craig Furr,
Section 4,
New York State champ.
145-pound champion, Matt Sorchinski.
And you see his sign, and he's a crowd favorite.
Dan John won the state championship in 64 and 65.
I thought his name was familiar. Says his dad won the state championships. So Matt Sorchinski pulls a double for the family. Move on to 155. Matt Marciniak, also from Section 4 to Watkins Glen. 40-0 this year. 188, 31-1. Has a state record with J.J. Stanbro. And his opponent, Mike Quaglio, out of John J. Fisher High School, a junior, 34-2. So on paper, I guess Marciniak from Watkins Glen might be the guy to. He took third in the states last year, fifth in 89, so he's got a lot of experience. So right now, Matt Marciniak from Section 4 on the right will attempt to pull off the expected victory over Mike Quaglio, but that doesn't mean much sometimes, does it, John?
No, we've seen that off too often. All the credentials in the world, and your opponent's unimpressed.
Yeah,
Walks away with your championship. Anything can happen in the state championships. Often does. We have a big mix every year.
Well, on paper, I guess the returning champ Garcia, they had a lot of trouble with Rogi and repeated, but not a simple thing. So right now, Marciniak has got Quaglio's leg. See if anything comes of it.
He's going to lose it right now, going out of bounds.
155, Matt Marciniak out of Watkins Glen in Section 4. Mike Quaglio from Section 1, John J. Fisher High School.
Go to the Montgomery lobby.
Marciniak looks relentless. Got the hand. Quaglio. 24 seconds left. There's been a lot of movement. Misses that. On a single. Quaglio trying to power through and pick up a point.
Very close.
Good pick up two. Leg picked up by Marciniak.
Marciniak gets the leg, and I think he got himself out of trouble. Will he get the 2 points in time? Great action. Boy, these guys are tough. He didn't want to give up those 2 points.
John, that started with 9 seconds left to go and seemed like 15 or 20 seconds. Marciniak not able to pull it off, and Quaglio, a credible job in the first period against a man who's got a record of 188, 31-1. That's an awful lot of wrestling, isn't it, for a kid who's a senior in high school, and Quaglio only a junior. Quaglio on top now. See what he does on Marciniak. Looking for legs. Marciniak looking to get him off. Marciniak caught the leg for it, got in. Now he's going to go out. Reversal right there. First points of the match, and Marciniak comes up with 2. And looked like he had Quaglio in trouble.
Yeah, Quaglio knew he's got to get off his back before he gives up 2 more points.
You know, he threw the leg, and Marciniak caught it before it got there, and then he got control of the leg and used it to his advantage.
Marciniak tried to cradle. He tried it in the first period, didn't have success, but he tried it again. Now he's got himself in almost a even situation, standing up.
Going to get one right there. Quaglio, 2-1 now. Quaglio shoots.
He's in there, but he's got his head's down. Again, it's very tough to take down with your head down to the mat. Marciniak, like you said earlier, Dale, is relentless. It just doesn't give up. Looks for that opportunity, jumped on a leg.
Quaglio heading for the out of bounds. May not be quick
trying
enough.
To throw a whizzer here.
Yeah, he's trying to remain neutral. So he gets out without giving up 2 more points. You can see that whizzer, he's got that right arm back trying to control. What do we got? Nothing. So they're going to call timeout here, I guess. A little blood as Quaglio, I didn't see him start. Yeah, they didn't start the injury clock. That won't start unless there's a real injury. Bloody noses aren't real injuries.
No, they're the non-official type.
As Quaglio takes a break, he has wrestled well. Down by only 2-1, 32 seconds left in the second period. And while he's resting, Marciniak is pacing the mat. I guess trying to stay loose. And now Section 4 lengthens, well, stays at 20 points about. Section 4 up to 201 over Section 3 at 181.5. Section 11, 161.5. And Section 5 and 4 at 139.5. Stay that way. So it appears Section 3 is out of contention. Section 4 right here, Marciniak ahead by 2-1 as that man, Mike Quaglio, is really taking some bloody nose time. You know, Marciniak has not stopped since they called the timeout. And now Quaglio is going to tie his shoe, and that's going to leave Marciniak out there even longer.
I have to wrestle on 100.
He's going to do the other shoe now.
To wrestle in a couple hundred matches in high school, he's in shape to keep wrestling on through the night.
Right. Marciniak right after that right leg.
Dale, nothing fancy, just tough, hard-nosed wrestling. Picks a single leg up, just drives in for the takedown.
Quaglio trying to get out.
Familiar position with a whizzer. Now he lets go. He tries to drag by.
Well, Marciniak seems to pick the intensity up a little bit. Relentless. Matt Marciniak. Quaglio wrestling smart, but down by 3 at this point. Switch, may get up, looking for an escape. Is he going to get one? He's very close.
I think he's got it.
Yes, right at the buzzer. At the buzzer. So that's going to give him 1 point. So the hustler there, Mike Quaglio, gets 1, so it's 4-2.
That was nice. Didn't give up. 8 seconds to go. Knew he had to get one. He did. Now he needs another one to bring himself back into the match. And Marciniak only has 15 pins, and I only say only because everybody else seems to have 30 or 27. But so that means he scores a lot of points and controls on top.
He's also just been cautioned. Marciniak got him up in the air.
He didn't have a real first move off the top like that. He just waited for Quaglio to stand up. He got back into the familiar single leg with a whizzer.
Al Fuse, the official, checking Quaglio. That's Quaglio right there, section 1, down. Only 2 points away from a tie with Marciniak.
There we go with their cradle, third attempt. Let's see how this comes out.
Oh, Marciniak gives up on that. He drives into, oh.
Tough on those legs, though, I'll tell you.
He just, that was just a desire. As you said, nothing fancy.
It's a real physical kid.
Yes.
Comes cradle again.
Yep.
See,
Quaglio does the same thing every time. He arches back, and then...
It's not working for one reason is his head's always down below his waist. He's got to have the head and the ribs.
Boy, I tell you, he's working hard, Marciniak. He almost got caught there, but he kept going.
I think he's really trying to wear him down. And he just keeps coming and coming. Now here comes that cradle again, but the head is down underneath.
Yeah, it's got to be up in the side, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, to have any chance of going over.
Marciniak just working every minute. The kid has been wrestling since he started. Not that Quaglio hasn't, but he just has not been able to do much. And Marciniak does not give him a minute of rest, does he? And he's going to hang on him and ride him out. And he's going to win 4-2. Matt Marciniak.
1991 New York State 155-pound champion.
That's a new record for the most wins. 189 wins for that man. 31 losses and 1 tie. Very impressive. State champion, Matt Marciniak. Second place, Mike Quaglio. Move on to 167. Well, we've got a couple of guys from right up the road. Chris Francis from Section 5 out of Palmyra, Macedon High School, 39-1. Looking at the University of New Hampshire. And Paul Lyman out of Section 4's Johnson City, 36-1-1, a senior also. And he's a guy who's got some connections here because he used to wrestle for Watertown High School and transferred to Johnson City. And so he's the second Johnson City wrestler to take the mat. And his brother, Seamus Lyman, a wrestler for Syracuse University. So he goes from Watertown to Johnson City and comes back. He was the sectional champ last year in Section 3, now wrestling for Section 4. Francis out of Palmyra Macedon High School, 39-1. As we said, 27 pins. So Francis from 5, a pinner. Lyman, 36-1-1. Spins, nothing for Lyman. Fights out.
Boy, very nice move, Dale. Snap and go. I thought he was going to go to the left. He went to his right with a drag. Caught Francis by surprise, 2-point. Now he goes right into a 2-on-1. Try to tilt to one side.
Switch attempt by Francis, countered by Lyman, but now Francis is up, trying to get some hand control and garner an escape. Lyman gives it to him right there. Score 2-1 now in favor of Lyman. Oh, nice duck under.
Pitcher, perfect.
Boy, that was really, it hit hard and fast. 4-1 now is Lyman's lead over Chris Francis. Lyman working hard as this first period is going to come to an end. 4-1.
We're going to take another look at this now. Seamus coming from Paul, I'm sorry. Flashbacks from last year. Nice duck. Setting him up with that tap and go. Just beautiful.
Francis, nice move right away. Got a half a switch. Got a leg up.
Got to come down with it for probably end up with a 1 point.
I was going to say he's going to end up with 1 here. He's going to go for 2 though, isn't he?
Yeah, it's tough though. Paul's got that whizzer in and just sitting on him.
Oh, that hurt. That's going to be an escape. Official Rick Connor called that. 4-2 is the score now. As I say it, 6-2. Boy, Lyman is fast, isn't he? He doesn't look like a kid that would be especially fast, but he sure is.
Very quick, and just using that head position on Francis to do what he wants. I mean, he's hit all 3 moves without resistance.
Yeah. Lyman riding Francis. Tight waist, you can see. Francis trying to had a switch before, ended up getting an escape out of it.
Slowing down just a little bit.
Good point, he is slowing down.
Lyman keeping his weight on him, that's nice.
What, they warned Lyman?
It was red.
Yep, it was Lyman. Warned for stalling. 6-2. Ankle control by Lyman. Takes it up, little ride. Can't hold that long. Gets rid of it. Just turn him over and work your bars.
He's got to be careful he doesn't get too high. He had reversed. Francis getting the hand control, but not getting his hips out. That is of yet. Now he turns out. There's a 1 point.
Right there, 6-3. You see how much time left in the second period. So a 6-3 lead going into the final period. Paul Lyman from Section 4, Johnson City, with Chris Francis from Section 5 on top, and he has got his work cut out for him. Lyman tried to roll. Boy, one of those.
Yeah, again,
got caught.
I probably said it 10, 15 times tonight, and hand control just hasn't helped these guys if they're rolling through without it. Now, see, this is a little bit different. He rolls, but he's got a leg.
Yeah.
Or picked an ankle. Now trying to scoot out the back door. Shakes him free and does get the 2. And here comes that switch. Great switch.
3, yeah, nice. 8-5. Right back to a 3-point lead as Francis. Nice switch by Chris Francis. There's a Peterson.
Should get 2. They didn't give him a 2 earlier, so no back points.
10-5.
This time the roll through comes up positive for him.
It was look like a Peterson. Is that? I don't know.
He fell into it, yeah, but I don't know if he had the hand control when he started. Maybe we can get a look at it in a second.
But right now he's on top 10-5 as we come up to the final minute of this 167-pound match, and he gives up another escape. Lyman has been very good on his feet. Chris Francis has got to do some scrambling. Lyman looks like he's setting him up. He put his head down. They don't want a Lyman going to his knees. So he gets back out. Now he ducks under. Ooh, almost had that same duck under he used in the first period. He is being aggressive. He's not sitting on this lead. Francis knows he's got 15 seconds left. They're watching for the headlock. They don't want a 5-point move.
Yeah, they're warning him to stay away from this guy's upper body. Francis, that is now. Boy, great finish.
12-7 is going to be the final. Paul Lyman from Johnson City in Section 4 is going to be your 1991 167-pound champion as he defeats Chris Francis from Section 5, 12-7. Move up to 177 pounds. A couple of guys with 56 wins and only one loss between them. Kerry McCoy, 28-0 from Longwood on Section 11 on Long Island. 15 pins. Looking at one of the academies, and John Deagle from Hopek High School. And he's 28-1, 13 pins. And they're going to give the red and green out as Deagle puts his on. McCoy from Section 11, a junior, Deagle a senior. And Deagle down early on McCoy's leg.
They didn't waste much time shooting in, but then he got caught underneath. And now McCoy has a leg, and
yeah,
no one really has the advantage at this point, but McCoy got a crossface. He may come up.
Nice job by Deagle to fight his way back up if he gets out. Oh, very nice.
McCoy tried a headlock, missed it. No points yet. He's got to come down to the mat with control for 2.
No. So McCoy fights back to a neutral position after being in trouble. Both guys working hard. Official Gene Miley at this 177-pound match. Assistant Wayne Carroll. McCoy shoots. No score, 44 seconds left in this first period.
Boy, trying to get in there. Now he does get the single, but runs out of real estate.
Kerry McCoy out of Longwood High School. Shoots. On Deagle.
He's trying to finish up that single leg. He's got his head in the middle. Can't get out to the side.
Stalemate. Just the headgear, Kerry McCoy. Under 10 as McCoy attempts. Does he get kicked through? Nothing.
Whoa.
2 points for Deagle. Right at the end.
That was nice. I thought Deagle was in a little bit of trouble. All of a sudden, came up with a 2 and on his back.
Yeah, I thought not only was he in takedown trouble, but that he was going to end up on his back.
Exactly. Here, McCoy scoots around back, almost has the 2. Now Deagle
Kicks
flips
through,
over.
got caught, but then he kept coming, and McCoy unable to hold him. So McCoy is down by 2 as we come back to live action. Here's McCoy trying to get out. Another stalemate. And they're warning Deagle to stop grabbing onto the leg there and creating a stalemate. Ooh, cradle. Deagle
Jump on top, a leaping cradle.
That's right, a leaping cradle.
Doesn't get it, but he tries it to the other side. Now he does have it locked up. We're going to have to see how he's going to take him over. Walk it out to the side. Kerry McCoy breaks it, but Deagle tries to pull him up over anyways.
Oh, McCoy was close.
He was real high there. McCoy very close of getting out. Working on those hands.
Oh, and nice job by Deagle. He's been in trouble a couple times, gotten a little high, and he's been able to bring McCoy down. He cross faces McCoy. McCoy once again trying to go out the back. Deagle way high, but he gets a leg in, John.
Has a leg in. Now he's trying to hook that arm. Gives up on it. Now he comes up to the head.
Fox Lane High School. See Officer Plan at the stage. Mr. Joe Amuso of Fox Lane.
Referee Miley may call a stalemate if it goes
Step
any longer.
over
But
by McCoy.
just hung on a little bit too long. Now McCoy can get some points if he hooks the leg and looks like he's on top. Yes, he does get the reverse.
He's going to get one. You watch.
He already gave him the two, so
Going to give Deagle
Deagle's
one.
going to get the one.
Well,
maybe.
let's see. No change. 2-2. Two. That was close.
There was no disagreement. Both officials saw it. Just no control, no release of control on McCoy's. Take a look at.
There's the throw. He still got the arm, and he's rolling up into him. I don't know.
And the thing is, he may have gotten a point just before we saw that. But according to Butch Miley, that was too quick, and there was no precise back control on McCoy's part.
Third period, 2-2 tie between Kerry McCoy and John Deagle.
It's tough being an official out there, too. Boy, they don't get a second chance at this. And the fans are a little tough on you. Now McCoy with a far cradle.
He's got long legs. He's trying to work some leverage here on Deagle.
He's a big kid. Deagle trying to fight it off. All you can do is try to flatten out, kick out of it.
Keep that knee out so you can't get tilted. Way out that right. That's what he's doing, that right knee, right leg.
He did break the cradle for a second. Now McCoy back into it.
Deagle out of Mahopic High School. And there's going to be what? He's bleeding. Kerry McCoy has got a bloody nose. They're going to stop it momentarily. They get right back at it. 2-2, 177-pound state championship. Kerry McCoy from Section 11 getting on John Deagle from Section 1.
No big move off the bottom. Under a minute in the third period.
The makings of an overtime, perhaps.
Yeah, kind of typical heavier weight matches. Not a lot of movement. Very close score. But McCoy is high now.
Deagle.
And just when we mentioned overtime.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the time. Nice move by McCoy, but he's still not out of trouble yet. And neither's Deagle. One. That'll be one right
Deagle
there.
has 1 point.
Somebody's got to get a takedown to win. 3-2 in favor of Deagle. And McCoy is shooting and shooting.
Referee Butch Miley, with 8 seconds, calls Deagle for stalling.
Oh, that's trouble. So John Deagle from Mahopac High School in Section 1, 3-2 winner over Kerry McCoy in 177 pounds. McCoy's only a junior, but you're going to see what happened at the end. There's McCoy, tried to drive him through. Looked like Deagle was in trouble. Deagle came back up.
Looked like McCoy was in trouble.
Yep.
Look at that.
And there was the escape.
That was the point that did it.
Move on to 215 pounds. Nick Hall from Section 11 against Joe Walker from Section 4. There's Nick Hall out of Longwood, Section 11, Suffolk County, 27-0. Two-time section champ, 25 pins, so he's also a pinner. There's Joe Walker from Shenango Forks High School in Section 4, 27-0. And you talk about the bigger guys, doesn't get much bigger than this, just one weight class. This is 215 pounds. Looks like we're going to see a lot of speed here, John, I think, for the big guys.
Well, yeah, traditionally, some of these heavyweights are 67, 70 pounders that go up in their junior, senior years, put on some weight, and they still have that speed.
Well, Joe Walker is down by 2 as Nick Hall kicked a leg out and got 2 points for the takedown with only about 30 seconds gone in the first period.
Hall blocked off on the elbow. Knock Walker down and just control, hand control, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, keeping his weight up on top of him. Keeping that 1-on-1 and riding the crotch. Nothing fancy.
Down to 54 seconds left in the first period as Nick Hall.
Now Nick Hall has, well, he did. He had the hand through the crotch. Kind of tough to do much off the bottom with it. Really running this arm bar.
Boy, isn't
looking
he?
nice. Oh, very close to be going over. And it.
Oh, he's got Walker in trouble right on the edge of the mat.
He has plenty of time if he's not out of bounds.
20 seconds, that's going to do it. 1:39 of the first period. Nick Hall out of Longwood High School is going to pin Joe Walker from Section 4. So another pin, the second of the evening, and Nick Hall pulls it off in the 215-pound weight class. And that was a quick pin. And we're up to 250 pounds. As they're still celebrating, we're going to watch the
Now we have
pin.
He's already turned over, worked that arm bar perfectly and took him over. I didn't know if he had enough room to the out of bounds. The official says yes, there's a pin.
Well, we move up to the real big guys. Joe Yanis from Section 9, Minnesink Valley, 13-0 with 10 pins. A senior. And he will be wrestling from Section 5, Otha Davidson, out of Brighton High School in Rochester, 37-1-1. And we'll see what this weight class has to offer. A lot of excitement in the other ones. Had a lot of good matches tonight, John.
Yeah, it was one of these years, Dale, that, like you said, there weren't a lot of returning state champs, a couple of place winners. So this is the year where a lot of kids will make their mark, some seniors, but those underclassmen, the ones that will be shooting for second, third state titles. And they came to wrestle.
Right now, these two guys, Joe Yanis from Minnesink Valley in Section 9, New Hampton, New York, against Otha Davidson out of Brighton High School. Big knee brace on Yanis. Otha Davidson, a little touch and go on the head.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if he was going to shoot underneath. You usually don't see the big guys shoot under with those single or double leg and get extended. You know, it's more of the power moves.
You look at Yanis's record, 13-0. You usually don't get this many weight class. You don't get this many bouts in the 250-pound class. Usually in tournaments. But Otha Davidson is 37-1-1. Of course, he may have come up from another weight.
That's right. He could be up from heavyweight. Some guys do that. They jockey for position. You know, where am I going to have my best chances? Is the heavyweight class loaded? Well, I'll just beef up a little bit here and pick on these little bigger, slower guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's no score in this 250-pound match. Both guys are going to be warned for stalling, however. So Davidson shoots, countered by Yanis.
And that's what usually happens when the big men do shoot underneath.
Yeah.
Not much.
Emerson Roffer, our referee, our assistant, Bill Duran.
This gets interesting in here with these body locks.
Yeah, you can see
Nothing
some pins.
launched yet, but
whew, when they start to go, they go. Davidson's going to defer, and that will leave the decision up to Yanis. He says, let's go on our feet again. I feel comfortable up there.
May I have this dance one more time?
That's right. Both guys, upper body, no one's really gone downstairs yet.
Well, we had that one attempt by Davidson. Half-hearted, I think. He didn't want to get underneath too far. Someone's going to get called. There we go for stalling, backing up. And that's what happens a lot in the heavyweights, super heavyweights here.
Well, gave up a point.
You know, Yanis can't keep running into him either. That's going to be a point. You got to have some kind of type of control.
They gave a point to Yanis, Joe Yanis, as Otha.
That's right,
Davidson,
because both men were called for stalling. And the second caution, that was at 1 point.
Oh, lots of upper body. Both up. Yanis looks a little bigger than Otha Davidson.
Yeah, we might be right thinking that Otha Davidson came up from 215.
Anyone who hasn't turned in.
That's another good reason you don't want to shoot underneath.
Please get them into the head table. Keys and pins. Jeremy, turn your keys and pins into the head table.
1:04 left in second period.
Davidson in pretty deep on that single leg, but he's got to get his head out from underneath. This is anybody's points right now, but I think it may go to Yanis.
Yep, there's for Yanis, too.
I think that extra weight came into play, rolling around.
It's going to give him 3 now.
I can't see, no, okay, Davidson's up on his base.
Really taking him up in the air. Davidson trying to get an escape. Leg of sorts. Oh, nice move. He's got some back points. That'll be 3. That'll be 6. So that will give 6 points now for Joe Yanis on the near fall. Otha Davidson's got 2 more minutes. as they're going to take a...
Boy, that was pretty. He threw the leg in and was content just to lock up. All of a sudden, he found himself with a printing combination.
Section 9, Joe Yanis out of Minnesink Valley, and Otha Davidson from Section 5, Brighton High School, Rochester area. He's down and down in score by 6 points, 6-0.
Outstanding wrestler balance. Chairman, turning your outstanding wrestler balance.
Davidson got up in a hurry. Just didn't get that hand control in time before they went out of bounds.
Both guys working hard, but Davidson really not able to do much against Yanis.
Now this is where he doesn't want to be. Going to eat up some clock and you're going to wear yourself down.
Yanis on top, taking some time off the clock.
Now big old Joe Yanis, he throws that leg in.
With a half, he's trying to power that half through, isn't he?
And power that half it would be.
Yeah.
Look at him just cranking up there.
Not much Davidson can do on the bottom.
Yeah, it's
he's trying to get to his base.
He's got all he can do just to get to his base.
Under a minute now, under a minute. Yanis just riding Otha Davidson. Not only just riding him, but he's attempting to turn him, but it's just a ride because Davidson's doing the best he can to stay off his back, so nobody's really been in danger. And now Davidson back pretty much to his base.
Gets up once again. Oh, look out.
Both guys seniors. Yanis spitting out a little bit here as they're going to take an injury time. Well, 28 seconds left, and Joe Yanis from Section 9. A little cotton mouth. As they take the time they need, and he's going to take his time. State championship on the line. He's got a 6-point lead over that man, Otha Davidson.
These guys might be tired from the long wait, too. We started this a few hours ago. And
yeah. These guys always have the long wait. They always have the responsibility in the dual meets, if you know.
Right.
You win it or lose it, right? We need you, big guy.
No pressure.
Yeah. Down to 20 seconds. And it looks like Joe Yanis is going to become 1991 250-pound state champ as this comes down to nothing, and that's going to be it. Joe Yanis defeats Otha Davidson by the score of 6-1 and is the New York State champion, 250 pounds. We'll be right back with more from the Syracuse War Memorial right after this.
The American Cancer Society wants you to know that a meal which includes fish is simply more ammunition in the fight to reduce your cancer risk. To learn more, call us.
We're back at the War Memorial in Syracuse, New York, and that's the end of the 1991 New York State High School Wrestling Championships. But, John, I think we had some really exciting matches, a couple of milestones. Let's talk a little bit about some of the matches that you and I thought were really impressive.
Right, Dale. 119, Garcia, his second time to the New York State Championships. He won both of them. Very tough to win once, let alone twice. I think pressure got to him a little bit today.
Had a tough match, but pulled it out, and that's always the mark of a winner.
That's right. And at 155, we had Marciniak, who set a New York State win record at 189 matches. I can't believe that's the record. It's amazing.
189, 31-1. Just a tremendous achievement out of Watkins Glen, New York. And I thought he was in the running for the most outstanding wrestler. He ended up being third, but we also had a good choice for most outstanding wrestler.
That's right. Nick Hall at heavyweight, 215, first time since 1970. And he pinned 26 out of 28 people this year. Great year for Nick Hall.
Very impressive. And we're going to get a look at Nick Hall from Section 11. And that's the pin right there at 215 pounds. So Nick Hall, your most outstanding wrestler. And just a great match all the way around for him and for all the sections. So a little bit of changes this year. I think one of the things people like about the States is how much it changes. Section 11, always a perennial favorite up there, did not win this time around, took a third. Section 3 took second. And the winner, of course, Section 4 was rather interesting because they've had a tendency to go up and down. They've been real strong the last couple of years, and it's interesting to see how the sections change. Like Section 2, not all that impressive this year, and Section 8 way down the list.
That's right. Section 8 and 11 really weren't up there like they usually are. Section 2 was hot a few years ago. Section 4, it's their time.
And I'll tell you what else it's time. It's time for us to go from the War Memorial. We'll be back next year for more state wrestling championships. For John Janiak, this is Dale Drypolcher saying so long from the War Memorial.